talks about sin being obliterated in the passage. Can sin be obliterated by the use of might and physical power? Can it? If God were to use, this passage that she just read, if God were to use fire to melt the entire earth and every sinner in it to nothingness, would that eradicate sin? Is sin a physical element that can be physically eliminated? Is it made out of molecules? This is critical for people to understand, because the imperial law lie has God using physical power to eradicate sin, which it cannot do. It alleges that sin must be punished, and that God, in order to be just, will use power to torment and kill sinners and thus eradicate them and somehow eradicate sin. This is physical power getting rid of sinners, which God can do. God can use physical power to get rid of sinners. But if he does it, will he get rid of sin? And if you understand design law, you understand why. Let me read something out of a book called Desire of Ages, page 759. God could have destroyed Satan and his sympathizers as easily as one cast a pebble to the earth. But he did not do this. Rebellion was not to be overcome by force. Compelling power is found only under Satan's government. The Lord's principles are not of this order. His authority rests upon goodness, mercy, and love, and the presentation of these principles is the means to be used. God's government is moral, and truth and love are the prevailing power. There is a power being used. But what power is prevailing? Because what does truth destroy? What does love destroy? Fear and selfishness. That's right. And God wants to destroy lies out of your head that cause you to distrust. So, you know the analogy we've used before. You believe a lie that your spouse is having an affair, but they're not, but you believe they are. What happens in your heart if you believe your spouse is cheating, but they're not, but you believe they are? Who's changed by that lie? Is your spouse, the loyal, faithful spouse, changed? No, you're changed. You have more fear. You have distrust. You may act selfishly to protect yourself from what you believe is an exploitation that's not actually happening. The only thing that's going to set you free is the truth will set you free. It will destroy the lie. It will restore trust. And when the trust is restored, then the parties can have love flow in their hearts again. And love takes away the fear and the selfishness. Later in the same chapter, the author picks up with a quote that we used from a quote that we used last week's lesson, and we're going to kind of do this. This is very powerful.